like to take a picture of what you pictured?
Stop it, Louie.
Now, who wants to start?
Who wants to start? Start what? Mama, I don't have time for this. Maybe when I was 12 years old, but not tonight. It's one of her games. It's one of her crazy games, for Christ's sake.
Is it a game, Bella? Are you just playing a game with us, darling?
No, it's not a game. It's very important, but I don't know how to start to say it, so somebody else has to help me and start first.
You have something important to tell us and you want us to start? Listen, Kurt, you understand her better than I do. Can you figure out what it is?
And Bella, have you been going to the movies lately, Aunt Bella?
Thank you, Jay. Yes, I have been going to the movies a lot lately. 3 times last week.
Did you see anything good?
Oh, yes. I saw a picture with William Holden and Jean Arthur. I really liked it. That's why I saw it 3 times.
Is this what I stayed to dinner for? Is this what I have to sit in the right seat to listen to? Jean Arthur and William Holden? Are they in the picture you pictured here?
Is that what it's all about, Bella? Is it about what movie you went to last week?
No, but I'm getting to it. Ask me more questions, Jay. You're good at this.
Let's see. Did you go alone?
Oh, yes. I always go alone. But it's interesting you ask me that because I met a friend there. You can ask me questions too, Kurt.
I don't know what questions to ask you. Who was the friend?
Well, his name is Johnny. And I always see him there because he's the head usher. He's very nice.
So, you just saw him at the theater?
Well, once or twice we went out for coffee, and once we took a walk in the park.
You went to the park with this guy?
Just to talk. You have to sit down if you're going to ask me questions. Now, whose turn is it?
Mrs. Fenn, you come home at 11 o'clock?
Maybe. I think so. Is that it?
What did you do until 11 o'clock?
Well, we walked and we talked and we got to know each other. And he doesn't want to be an usher forever. One day he wants to open up his own restaurant.
His own restaurant? And he's an usher? What is he, 15, 16?
No, he's 40. And he wants to open up the restaurant with me.
Why with you?
Well, because I can do all the cooking. And I can write out the menus. And I can keep the books.
And, what would he do?
Well, he would be the manager.
If he's the manager, why doesn't he write out the menus and keep the books?
Well, he has a reading handicap.
A what?
A reading handicap.
Okay, wait, hold it, wait a minute. What do you mean? He can't read?
You're supposed to be sitting down. And not supposed to get out of the chair. That's not how I pictured it.
Well, I'm getting my own picture now. This guy is what? Illiterate?
He can read a little.
What's a little? His name? This guy's either pulling your leg or he's after something, Bella. Is he after something?
Maybe this isn't a good time to talk about it.
It's a perfect time to talk about it. What's this guy after, Bella? Has he touched you? Has he fooled around with you?
No, he's not that kind of person.
Well, what kind of person is he? He's 40 years old. He takes you to the park at night. He wants to open his own restaurant, but he can't read or write. How are you going to open up a restaurant? Who's going to put up the money?
It'll only cost $5,000.
$5,000. Why not $5 million? Who's got the $5 grand? Him?
I don't think so. He doesn't have any money.
Well, too bad. Who does that leave?
Don't yell at me, Louie.
I'm not yelling at you, Belle. I'm just asking you a question. Who does that leave to put up the $5,000?
Oh, this is too terrible. Mama, please don't just stop this awful thing.
Who does that leave, Bella?
I'll get the money somewhere.
Somewhere? There is no somewhere. You want Mama to sell the store? Is that what this guy asked you to do?
He didn't ask me anything.
Then he's either very smart or very dangerous. He don't sound too smart for me, so that just leaves dangerous.
He's not dangerous.
How do you know, Bella?
Because they don't take you at the home if you're dangerous.
The home?
Oh my God!
I don't understand this. Can somebody please explain all this to me?
Bella, this guy sounds very troubled. Is he living at the home now?
No, he's with his parents. He didn't like it at the home. They weren't very nice to him there. It's not a nice place, Mama.
Bella, sweetheart, don't go to that movie no more. And don't see that fella again. He may be very nice, but it sounds like he's got a lot of wacky ideas. You know what I mean, sweetheart?